And welcome to Stargeekz. This is Sean.
This is Lil.
This is Steve.
This is Ed, and
we would be honored if you would join us.
Well, welcome back to another week of Stargeekz. Everything's going pretty good on my terrain. How's everybody else doing?
Pretty good. Should have worn my Boba Fett hat. I did not think about that.
Yeah, but
I don't have a Boba Fett hat, so couldn't wear it.
my helmet disappears because of the green screen.
Holy shit! What happens when you put it on?
I don't know.
We're about to find out.
Science with the geeks.
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah, it's
Your head's still there.
Who is this guy? Look, it's like the Clark Kent effect. He lost his glasses. I don't know who the fuck this guy is anymore. Like glasses really are a disguise. No bullshit.
It works.
What up? What up? Tonight we got a little we got some news. We're gonna go down our new thing that we're gonna start doing, which is kind of cool that Ed came up with, and I'm just piggybacking off of him. But clearly we're gonna start doing character profiles of all the Star Wars characters in the universe. So we got a lot of shit to go through. So that's gonna be kind of fun. And there's a lot of backstory to a lot of characters that we don't really know that would like to go down that road, which is going to be kind of fun, actually, to be honest. I didn't even think about doing that ever, so this is going to be kind of fun to at least to know some characters that I don't even know. So Star Wars 77, what's up? What up? I don't know, man. And we are actually next week we may be doing a giveaway, so you know how we are with giveaways.
Gimme.
Not good, but I may have some stuff to give away next week. So
very cool.
Yeah.
Can I win?
No, you can't win nothing. I mean,
No.
You're
on mute.
I'd like to get some stuff.
Can I win?
Can I set up like a fake account and then
You can. Yeah.
enter the contest a bunch of times? Like, there's a whole bunch of people from San Andreas.
But yeah, man. So we're definitely gonna, we're gonna start opening this up a little bit more. We got some guests coming on too that I'm gonna invite in the next probably couple weeks. Maybe we'll see what happens. But yeah. So Ed, I'm going to let you take it away, but I can't let you go away without playing your news segment. So it, Ed.
I know.
It needs to say "from," like in cursive. From.
I know. I don't know. Yeah.
It needs to be like a chick that whispers like "Ed."
Just repeatedly, I think, throughout the whole thing.
Our views will go way up because I'm just going to rewatch it over and over.
Just somebody whispering "Ed" quietly in the background. News brought to you by Ed.
Sounds like a Rick and Morty piece.
All right.
So
Come closer, I have good news.
We need to get you to superimpose like a news desk around you with like a fake suit. You do your news segments.
It's done now. All you need to do is ask.
I
mean, it's got the green screen. So
I'm saying, like, you got it right there. It's got
like weekend update. Yeah, you need to wear like a suit.
Like, you got to put like the window behind you with like people walking by and shit.
All right.
And you need to put a suit on for this, like a tearaway suit. Though.
The dope shit would be like Star Wars people just walking through and shit like that. Oh, that'd be tough as shit.
It's got to be the news segment on Coruscant.
Oh, God, that'd be tough.
All right, I got something to work on now.
Yes, you do.
These little ideas, they just start and poof.
Yeah, well, this is fun stuff. Did everyone get an opportunity to, and this just came out because they were put out that trailer for all the cool content we're getting on Disney Plus in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them included some good scenes from Andor season 2. I've been excited to see it to begin with, but now, I mean, looks like he's stealing a TIE fighter. Bix is in there. And then, of course, K2SO.
Oh, shit. I didn't even see that.
Oh, yeah.
Assuming that's him.
I'm gonna say yes, right? You don't
I'm
have
gonna
that
say
same type of droid.
Damn, you
Yes.
got
This is gonna be the intro of him and K2SO.
you got Andor with the trench coat there.
I know.
Yeah, that was an image that was from the D23 in Brazil.
Looking all Matrix style.
Yeah. In Yavin, he's actually on Yavin, so that's pretty tough. Like, this is. I can't wait for this season to come out.
Oh, yes. Not only is it anticipated, but given what we've seen in the past, I have no doubt this is going to be awesome.
I agree.
Agreed.
I agree. Yeah.
There's not much else to say. I can't wait till we're doing the new episode of Andor every week. That's what I can't fucking wait for.
Yeah, me too, Steve. I can't wait.
You know, I've kind of been waiting, but I don't know if we want to do that. But in leading up to it is to go back and rewatch season 1.
We did not review it for Stargeekz. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, I know.
Stargeekz did not exist then. So
That was a weekly review on the Geeks, though.
it was. I don't even know where to find it. I gotta actually pull that. Did we review it single or did we
No,
do it?
I
I think we did it
no.
every week. We just talked. We had like
We just talked about it, but we didn't do like a proper review.
Okay, so we might have to do a proper review leading up to it.
So, do we want to do individual episodes or kind of do them in?
I think we could do it the week before the show and just kind of do the whole season. You think so? Or
right.
it's up to you.
Don't matter to me. I'm just excited to
How
rewatch
much time we got? I mean, we ain't got nothing but time.
it. Nothing but time.
No, we don't. What are you talking about?
With Skeleton Crew coming in just a couple of weeks. I don't know if anybody saw that Giacchino is doing the score, which I'm looking forward to that because I like his work. His work is good.
He's fantastic.
What did he do?
He did all the new Star Trek movies. He did the new Batman movie for Matt Reeves. He directed Werewolf by Night. Like, he's done a lot. He's got quite the...
Wait, is he going by Mick instead of Michael?
I don't know. That's how... Listen, fucking Ed put it as Mick, so it's Mick Giacchino
Okay.
from now on.
I was just
Look at this
asking
guy.
a
Look at this
simple
guy.
question.
Look at this guy.
See, I know him on a first name basis, so I just figured,
Called Mickey G.
Okay, you just asked me a question.
because he did the score for Rogue One, and that was one of the highlights for that because it was original yet tied into Star Wars in the proper amount. So he's got my okay. That's for
What
sure.
else did he do? He did a bunch of Disney stuff. Up, Ratatouille, The Incredibles, Coco.
I'm surprised Alil is not like all up in the air, like
I did all the Jurassic Park.
Why?
All the new ones, the Jurassic
I mean-
Worlds. Sean,
I
Mission
mean,
Impossible,
I'm
This is your
not.
guy.
We've talked about this. Like, I'm not a
Planet of the
huge
Apes. I don't know. How
composer
about
guy.
all the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies? He did the
I
scores
mean,
to
this is
that.
what I'm saying. I'm surprised.
Yeah,
He's
he's part of the family. You know, he's done all the Marvel stuff, done a lot of Disney stuff. I mean, it'd be different if he was instead of the score, like if he was directing, like that would be a different take, right? Like he does a lot of scores, so it's
I'm
good
trying
though.
to find one random one that's like, what? He did that, but they all seem like, oh yeah, it's all on brand, pretty much.
yeah, pretty much. Okay.
So the big one, just to get everybody's take on it,
Yes, I'm Kimber.
the talk about Kinberg doing a new trilogy. Now, from what I've read, is the new Rey movie is not part of this. This is separate, but
Correct.
she would carry over into this.
Oh, interesting.
So
I'll just my initial thought is that Simon Kinberg's last outing, the last outing we got from Mr. Kinberg, was a little film in 2019 called X-Men Dark Phoenix. So not too juiced about this man's oeuvre. He also brought us X-Men Apocalypse just before that. So
yeah.
But he has produced some some good movies, but yes,
he has.
Yeah, but he also did X-Men: The Last Stand, Fantastic Four from Josh Trank, The New Mutants. He's got some duds on there. But he did the Deadpool movies and Logan too.
But Ryan Reynolds wrote and did those, right? Like,
he's just producer.
He produced them, so
but he directed Dark Phoenix. So
I know.
That's a blemish.
They gave him the directing because nobody else would. So they're like, here, why don't you try to do this?
I mean, he did Logan too, right?
But he didn't direct.
No, produced.
I'm trying to figure out what he directed.
Yeah.
Well,
he produced.
I was just looking because if he's writing it, that's my biggest thing.
Well, he did have a hand in Sherlock Holmes and stuff. Like, I guess that's the thing.
I mean, he had a hand in Rebels too, Star Wars Rebels also.
Yes.
And Chappie. I like Chappie. I know Lil didn't like Chappie.
The 2015 Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
I blame Josh Trank for all that. But.
He's only directed that Dark Phoenix movie and something called The 355. So
that wasn't that bad. I actually watched that movie. It wasn't that bad.
Oh, I guess he directed an episode of The Twilight Zone too.
Yeah.
I'm not excited about him particularly, but I am excited if they give somebody a singular vision for a trilogy.
I'm surprised.
Do
though.
that.
Like,
none of this like, oh, what did he do? A lot of like pissing on the other guy's shoes in that last trilogy. Like, it felt like certain other circuits that happen here where it's like, he did, I don't like anything that person did. I'm going to do my own thing. And then they come back and like, I'm going to undo all that and redo all my other stuff. Like,
I'm surprised that they're kind of letting him do that. I mean, he's a Fox guy. Like, so I wouldn't think that they would kind of bring him like there's room for new directors. I'm surprised they're not doing that. But is it like creative differences with these new directors that we're having a lot of issues with, or is it just because I mean the House of Mouse is pretty, they want what they want, and if you go with an older director, you're gonna get what you want out of an older director, to whereas you may not get the same thing from a newer director. Yeah.
So let's because I know Steve was talking a lot about the bad stuff that he's done, but he has written the original Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Right. He did write. He did the screenplay for Jumper. I thought Jumper was okay.
I think Jumper was pretty good.
He did the screenplay for Sherlock Holmes. Robert Downey Jr.'s Sherlock Holmes. He did the screenplay for This Means War. He did the screenplay and story for Days of Future Past.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's some good there. There's some trash there. I mean, if we go Fantastic Four, Apocalypse.
He also wrote that Josh Trank movie. But I actually heard, and I heard some interviews with him about that Fantastic Four movie where it's like the studio cut that movie to shit. And like they had to reshoot a bunch of stuff. Like I wonder what Simon Kinberg's movie is that he turned in versus what we got. A lot of that,
I get that, but whatever was Doctor Doom was wrong.
Yeah.
Like even if like
there's no way to write around that. Like
right.
It was just bad.
That Doctor Doom shit is garbage that I just took a dump on.
The naked thing.
Oh my god! I just that movie is no. I don't care.
I've tried several times to go back, and there's some cool moments, like cool like shots. But it's all it is. Like there's a couple of cool pictures in that movie. It's a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
So the question that I have going forward then is because they've talked about Dave Filoni kind of being the kind of the stop person with all this. He's the Kevin Feige, if you will, within the Star Wars universe. So is that still going to hold true? Because if that's the case, then I have much more faith in it because it's not just one individual going off and giving us their vision for Star Wars, but you've got somebody who's kind of going to bring it back into the universe that we know to say, okay, I'm going to work with you on this. So if that's the case, then we're good.
Yeah, I think that's the plan for them, right? Is that Dave is going to have creative control over the arcs, right? And I mean, just like Feige kind of oversees, he's not going to get into the nuanced detail, but it's going to be like, this is what we need to happen. This is what we need to happen, especially if they're going to start tying things in. This looks like it's going to start its own new, so it won't have to tie things in, but they're going to, Filoni's the most knowledgeable here.
Well, yeah,
of the
like
universe.
where is this trilogy going to be set? Like when chronologically? What group? Because it could be set during a whole bunch of.
Well, it's not
Is it
after.
episodic? Is it 10, 11, 12? Like what are we?
That's what
Don't
they're
know yet.
talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So then it's
Seems like the
continuing
Rey
the
is gonna be the
Skywalker
spin-off.
saga.
but it's not. It's just going to be.
But that's what the episodes are. The episodes are the Skywalker saga. So it'd be weird in episode 10 to change that. I don't know how you. I don't know how you avoid it.
Well, especially because they said that Rey is going to be kind of like the Obi-Wan of this trilogy, kind of,
I need to just know going forward what's going to be where, what's going to be here. I think after what's next? What movie is next? Mandalorian, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
That is our big major. So after that, what happens after that? And then also,
that would be the Rey.
Well, he's doing the Rey. They're doing a Rey movie, and then there's going to be another Mandalorian. There's going to be another Mandalorian, Ahsoka, and all of them, like the
Rebels movie.
Filoni verse, I guess, if you want to call it Filoni Favreau verse.
Is that confirmed? I didn't know if that was confirmed or not.
I believe that was on there.
As long as something happens in those movies that lets Rey, because Rey hasn't earned that Obi-Wan spot for the next trilogy yet,
I agree.
I don't think.
No.
So unless something really awesome happens in those movies that she's leading up to, and I saw something today that said they're planning on peppering her into all that stuff. So she's got some ground to cover to make a trilogy where she can be like a teacher. Because right now, like, she don't know a whole lot. She dealt with Luke's shitty attitude for like a half an hour, and then like was on her own to figure shit out. So.
No, but she stole all the books and everything from the Jedi Temple and everything. So she's got all the.
Does not earn her the right to be Obi-Wan just yet. Hello, sorry.
No, I'm not saying that it does,
it.
but that's why she's getting a solo movie, right? To set that up.
So we can watch her read. I'm not here for it.
I'm gonna, she's gonna sit there in a recliner.
Librarian Jedi movie. I'm good.
She's gonna sit there in a recliner, kick back, and just
minute 32.
As the lights go out, she'll pull out her lightsaber and kind of illuminate.
Just looking for the whole book the whole time. Like,
you don't even get to see what the book is. You just see her reaction.
It'll be like George Costanza. So why are we watching it? Because it's in the movie theater. Because it's on TV. Not yet.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, what else you got?
I do that thing where she chuckles. You'd be like, "What the fuck was it? What did she read?"
Like, what's so funny in the Jedi?
What? What was it? God damn it! In the credits.
That's all you got.
Yeah. That's it for the
You know how it always opens up with the Star Destroyer of the ship. After the crawl, like it's just
the ship.
A throwing of the book. Right, like it's just a book flying in space. Like she just tosses in the air in the background.
It looks like stars, but it's actually particles of dust in a dark room. Goes down and there's a book.
It's a fucking book.
Did you get this?
Ghost is beginning to ship. I think. They said probably early the end of this month or December, probably. But like, I know there's some that have been shipped out already. I haven't gotten it yet. I don't even know if I'm keeping it, to be honest. It's just too big of a ship. I just don't need it. It's just too big.
But you do. If the movie comes out and it's really good, that Ahsoka, Mando, Filoniverse movie, you're gonna regret selling it.
Yeah, I mean,
you go back and hunt for it and buy it again
for double.
He'll just get a statue of it. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm really looking for. Like, I'd rather have a statue instead of plastic, to be honest.
Makes all the sounds. And...
Yeah, I mean, this one does, but like,
but it has like projectile rockets. Like, you don't want that little red rockets with my shit.
I want
that premium format shit.
Yeah. Thank you, Steve. Thank you. I appreciate you.
I know you. We've been friends a long time.
Gosh, if she getting it, pretty sure she probably will try to. But let's see what else is coming out. Now this is dope. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm probably gonna get this. Let's see. Let me share it on my screen. Let me stop sharing, then let me reshare. This is cool. This is by Lowland Props. They do like specific pieces that are geared towards Star Wars characters, and what they're doing is they're doing small like pieces that they've done already that are really cool, and they take the original props and they scan them and they actually take them and recreate them and put them on like cloth, and you can display them in your collection. This is going to be limited to 100 pieces. Wow. That was worn by Princess Leia in Empire Strikes Back on Hoth.
Something tells me you need to get that file right there to Joe Vitale and you'll be all right.
I don't think I can get that, but they really have some very cool pieces. They just last month or so they released the Jedi communicator from episode 1 or 2.
Oh, the little that Qui-Gon was using.
Yes, a couple.
He has a bunch of midichlorians. Too many midichlorians to count.
Yeah, and actually had the piece that came out. Actually, let me show you what it looks like, because
it's frustrating too, because like when they made these things, they just took like random shit they had laying around and glued it to jackets, and now these companies are charging us like $2,000 to get a recreation.
Right, I can go find you some old camera lenses and glue them together on a piece of plastic. And
oh yeah, no, that's facts, like real shit. Like that's what they really do.
I know, but, you can see calculators as used as all the buttons and shit.
Yeah, that Jedi communicator, that's a razor handle.
Yeah.
A lady's razor handle.
Yeah.
But they're not that expensive though. These weren't that expensive. They were only like $145. This was dope. But I found out about this later on. And this was the Hoth communicator, and which was on the side of the Hoth troop on in Hoth. They had a little thing on the side of their head. Really cool piece. Like then they display just like this.
It's pretty cool though. It's a cool
display.
It's
pretty cool. It's a pretty cool like prop to have just in your collection. Like the Jedi communicator, it came with like the little midichlorian thing that Lil was just talking about. Really cool piece, man. They're not really, again, it's $215. They're getting kind of expensive because they started off like $145. Then everybody started wanting them. So, and they're only limited to like 50 pieces.
You can see it as a razor.
I'm gonna shave my ass with that thing.
You can see it.
Crazy.
The ridges and all that are still there. You can buy that actual razor in white, pink, and whatever color you want at fucking Walmart right now.
Just get some silver spray paint, and there you go.
Look at all the pieces. Like they show you how to put it together too. Like there's pieces that you can get for it.
They tell you first go to the store, get you a razor, then put all this shit on it.
Lop off the top.
Yeah. But I mean, again,
found it on Amazon.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, if you're a prop collector,
I'm sure somebody's got it on like an Etsy store and shit.
Oh, absolutely. I'm pretty sure they do. I didn't really care about that, but there's some things like the Princess Leia thing I'll probably get.
Did you find the actual razor on Amazon, Ed?
Yeah.
Is that what you found? You can have your own communicator, which is the click of a mouse.
Yeah, like the burlap shit, like again, it's cool for Star
It is
Wars
cool.
collectors.
I would expect you to have stuff like this. This is very much right up your alley.
I know, right? I don't know what I slipped up on this one.
How much was that? How much was that razor? They charged like $180 for that.
$215.
Ed, how much is that razor on Amazon?
Oh, with lots of refills, $20.
Is it
now?
I was gonna say Steve's not gonna recreate that like you did.
It looks exactly like that with some metal pieces glued on top. I'm not joking. All those little ridges in the middle, the razor has that already.
Yeah, see,
you haven't seen the picture of it.
I never even looked.
I'll make you one.
Make sure you put the burlap on the back of it too while you have
I could do it. I promise you I could do it.
Yeah. So
I think that's one of the coolest things is to go back and figure out what they use when they made these props. Because when I created my Boba Fett costume, I did the research to try and figure out all the different things he has in his pockets and went and bought them. Like half of the things in his pockets, especially at his legs, are tools for developing film. So I just went to a camera shop and bought a bunch of stuff and painted it and weathered it and threw it in the pockets, and it looks just like it does in a movie. It's crazy.
I know everything. When you look back at how they created the sounds for things like moving microphones near TVs and stuff to get that whoosh effect, like they very grassroots, effects.
Yeah, even the walls in spaceships. Like, what was I watching? I was watching a Robert Englund documentary that I'm going to talk about this week on the Geeks. But he was talking about a movie he did that James Cameron was kind of like doing like the art direction and stuff on it. And all James Cameron was doing to build this spaceship was just throwing like foam on the walls and like cutting shit out and just like
even
this random stuff,
Even the hilt that I made for Sean was like, it's like a wooden dowel with like a plumbing pipe over it, some washers and shit, but it looks fucking awesome. It looks exactly like a lightsaber hilt.
You did a hell of a job with it. Still waiting for it, but
it's right here, sitting right next to my desk every time we record. Here's a little button. Wow.
You put a lightning too?
Huh? No. It's all. You know what you could do with this? You could beat the shit out of somebody with this, but that's about it. It doesn't do nothing.
There's quite a few things you probably do with that.
Oh boy,
there's quite a few things you could do with it.
Welcome to a little corner. The real dark section of the Star Wars universe that Lil hangs out in.
I was just saying, it's it can flashlight.
No, I could
exactly, Snoke. That's exactly.
Yeah.
A plug in the wall. Socket.
It's a wooden handle though, so it very easily could have wires put through it. Well, this is metal. It's wood inside.
See, I might need you to put some greeblies and stuff on there, man. We might have to reconnect on this one. I might have to
some what on it?
Like little small greeblies, like little things on there. Like it looks.
Oh yeah, it's very plain. It's very.
You know who Saber looks like? It looks like what you call it from Ahsoka. What the hell is it? He died. No,
Kanan?
Balin. Yeah.
Balin. Yeah, kind of, because it's two-handed. You got the handle here and then the handle here, and the spot in the middle. So wood inside. I watched the whole thing.
Oh man! All right, so listen, we're all here for a certain thing to talk about the legacy of Boba Fett, and we got a chance to watch the Disney Plus little small 20-minute documentary about it's called Under the Helmet. It is on Disney Plus, the legacy of Boba Fett. Now again, my first introduction to Boba Fett was Empire. I forgot about the Star Wars, to be honest. Later on, I kind of forgot about the Star Wars
holiday
special. I didn't even think about it. I forgot the animation on it. Like when I was younger, I didn't pay attention probably to that shit. And then when Boba Fett came on screen in Empire, that was my first introduction to Boba Fett.
So I guess that's a good question. Like everybody's here, their first Star Wars movie that you guys saw was the original, was A New Hope? The first one you saw? Because like I was born in 83, so I'm out of sequence. The first Star Wars movie I saw was Return of the Jedi. I had to go back and watch the other two. Yeah. So like my introduction to Boba Fett was like, that dude's a chump. Like chump on Stiltskin. He got hit in the back and got ate up by the sand like that. Like I didn't know who he was. I didn't know why he was a big deal till later. And even then, it still was like a point of contention when we were talking about it and reviewing the original movies on the Geeks years ago. It's like he's like not a character like at all. Like there's a whole bunch of lore built up around like 5 minutes of screen time.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they said in the documentary too.
Yep,
but the way he was
32 seconds.
Fuck,
in 2 movies.
But the amount of movies that's making the most out of every second because just the design alone, like you wanted to know more. It's like he was the coolest character there.
Yeah, to be honest, he is one of the best created characters that's in 6 minutes of these movies of all time. Like literally, I have not seen a character in 6 minutes of any movie in the world has created such the biggest fan base.
No.
There isn't.
I like this bit. I didn't know about this when watching the documentary that he was originally created to be like a whole bunch of like the elite stormtroopers.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's funny how they had this idea for elite stormtroopers, and now we have like whole Mandalorian planets and this whole religion, and this is the way, and all because they didn't have the budget to make more suits.
Yo, right? And it's crazy how you go back and think like they were just creating shit to create shit back then. Like they
thought at the time they thought like, God damn it, we don't have enough to make this army. We're just gonna make him a random bounty hunter. But like that was the right move because who cares about elite stormtroopers? They probably still couldn't shoot shit. But here, now you have this whole extra bit of lore you can open up. It's just crazy how it works out.
The Legacy of Boba Fett, which what made some of these characters cool. It's like you make up these stories and about them growing up and get enough to wonder. Yeah, like in your mind, you had
toys came in.
Yeah, and in your mind, you had another backstory growing up as a kid. You're like, man, he was just mysterious, and he was just like, oh, this character is just amazing looking. Again, the coolest shit in Star Wars ever. Like literally, like you just had all these thoughts in your head, and then they gave us a whole other story as it went on. But there's some really good stuff that we're going to talk about going forward with Boba Fett that actually kind of helps his storyline a lot too, as well.
They were able to bring it back. I mean, that's the thing is you figure you get, especially for me. I mean, I went and saw A New Hope in the theater. Right. So I see the holiday special and I'm like, okay, this is a cool character. Didn't expect it to really go any further until they're like, oh, by the way, you can mail away and get this figure, which at that point in time, you're excited because I get a figure that I can mail away for. You get to wait for it to show up and you have no idea who this character is. And it's just a random action figure that you play with the rest of them. Now, when you get to The Empire Strikes Back and as they talk about in this, the way that he carries himself, the spur sound effect, the fact that he has that, I mean, and I have a couple of it to where what was the original voice before they altered it to Tamora Morrison. Like he was just the coolest thing that you got only a few minutes of. So we created the story in our head. We made him the best guy that you could possibly want to play. I mean, I remember that when playing with other kids, you would fight over who got to be Boba Fett because there was only one. So it wasn't like Stormtroopers to where everybody brought their Stormtroopers to come play. They're all in the mix. It was Boba Fett and Darth Vader. They were the two characters that you wanted to be.
And the toy, when you play with toys as a kid, I mean, you always had to have a Boba Fett character.
Oh,
everybody, I think everybody on this panel, I'm pretty sure at some time had the Kenner Boba Fett figure, right? I would assume. No, you didn't? Oh shit! I'm surprised. Nope. Like I thought you guys would have actually had Star Wars figures back then, but I guess not. Right?
I don't. Like I told you, I think I only had a Darth Vader figure. It's like the only Star Wars figure I had from the Kenner line.
Oh wow! Yeah, Steve.
I was a Masters guy back then. That was
I mean, so was I, but like I still had Star Wars figures. Like
there was
every single thing of
Masters of the Universe, all that stuff. And by the time Steve was old enough to play action figures, Power of the Force was coming out. Shit. And he was a hulking beast.
I wasn't really Star Wars I was late to Star Wars. It wasn't my initial. But the thing about Boba Fett that always struck me was in a vast universe of helmets of all shapes and sizes, and boy do they come in all shapes and sizes in Star Wars. Boba Fett's is arguably the coolest. Like like straight up. The T-visor gives you a ton of emotion, just slightly looking down or looking to the side gives it a different effect. I don't know. There's just something about it. Just the design. It's just up a notch from everything else.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I would still love to have a full Boba Fett suit to wear. To me, Ed, this scene right here was what? Where was this at?
In Marin County.
Yep. The Marin County. I mean, I would have lost my shit as a kid because I was so into Star Wars to go to a parade, which for me, in Wilmington, Delaware, if I show up at a parade and at that point in time, Darth Vader and it wouldn't have mattered who it was. Another character were there. Now the crazy part is these were the suits. Yeah, the screen used costumes.
Yes. And he did it just because, like, yeah, it's local. I'll just give the kids something to think is fun. Like, that's crazy.
And
Awesome.
we would have in Delaware, we'd have never seen no shit like this back then. There's no way in hell, like for me, hell no. You would have had, there was no Star Wars at all. Like that Star Wars didn't even really exist where I was at, to be honest. Like it was in the house maybe, but like you wasn't seeing nobody work around in costumes. You ain't seen none of that kind. It was more like,
there's a lot of George Lucas stuff up around this area, like just the northern central California area. It's pretty prevalent, especially like even going down into Modesto, because that's where like American Graffiti was filmed, and that's where George Lucas went to school and shit, was in Modesto. So that's it's big out there. His footprint.
Really? Now, have you ever went to any landmarks out there? Like, have you really kind of
in Modesto? They have like where the diner was.
Oh wow,
where they were cruising and stuff, but it's not even the same diner. It's like, there's like a little, it was filmed here, but that was it.
Oh, okay.
That's actually one of the things it's on my list to do, because I see the pictures on occasion to where people will go to Tunisia or other places where they travel to make the films. And they'll take a picture and then match it up to the one from the movie, and I'm like, I'm so doing that.
I just got it. I just got the picture. That's good stuff. It wasn't up for long. I couldn't see. I can't see it down there. But when you made it big just now, I get the Snoop Dogg thing.
Oh shit, that's funny.
Jeremy Bulloch gets to be Boba Fett mainly because he's the right size to fit in the costume.
Yeah. But I mean, shit. I mean, Jeremy Bulloch became iconic to conventions, shows, and
he was awesome. I mean,
the weird thing though is he's a very small, slight man.
Oh yeah.
Like even like looking at these scenes with Boba Fett, and then like he's tiny. Like when he's standing next to Vader, I'm like, you were small. Like if this was made today with this character, he would be a beast.
Yeah.
Fucking John Cena is Boba Fett.
I mean, but you look at like even like the size of Mando, right? Like you look at him and he's a bigger guy. Boba here, he's very slight.
Yeah.
Like hand-to-hand combat. I don't know.
That's why he's got all those tools.
Maybe fighting an Ewok.
He's got all the wonderful toys, man. He's got jetpacks and grappling hooks, and he's got.
I just don't know how he got.
Look at all those pouches, and Ed already told you they're filled with shit.
All kinds of stuff. Every single pocket's got some little tool or weapon. But Jeremy Bulloch was great for Boba Fett and for fandom because he was so good with people.
He was. Power of the Force Fett.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the hulked up one.
That'd be
they have one. It's just a clear box, a clear blister pack.
Just empty.
You can't see him. It's like.
Yeah, I got to meet him a few times because he was one of the regulars on the conventions. Yeah. So that's what I have my Jeremy Bulloch. And actually, Billy G and Dave Prowse.
All three signed it?
All three.
Yeah, and he don't put it in a frame. I don't understand this man. Like we had a whole conversation before the show.
Sitting in like a manila folder off to the side.
Yo, Steve, look, watch. He has a manila folder, and
I have
a
binder.
That's a binder.
A binder with all my autographs in it.
That's good enough, Ed.
I have my autographs hanging on my wall right there. I got Robert Englund, Christian Bale.
I told him put it on a
frame in my wall. Yeah, I got all my horror autographs.
A nice frame. Pay for the frame and get it all nicely framed, man.
No, mine are just in basic.
Ed's collection is for himself. It's not for anybody else. He knows where it's all at.
He doesn't want to show it off.
Actually, I had to go looking for this binder. I had no idea where.
Never mind.
No idea. I spent a half an hour looking for that binder. Like I know these things are around here somewhere.
You spent so much longer looking for it than the payoff of showing it for 10 seconds.
and you understand how I feel. I'm like, yo, man, this dude got grails in his house, dog. Grails in his house. Just
I
sitting
know.
in the-
Occasionally the green screen's off, and I see some of the shit he's got in there.
yeah, man. You don't even understand, man. Half of the shit he gave me is grails. I ain't gonna tell him, but...
Like, oh yeah, that's not bad. Oh my.
That's just a piece of plastic. It's
Oh
worth
yeah,
$1,000.
oh yeah. Ed's giving me some shit. I'll be like, oh man, that's nice. I'm gonna walk down in here and I ain't gonna say shit. No.
Ed, you were probably one of the people we were killing Sean over whenever he'd come in like, I got all this shit. Somebody just gave it to me. And we're like, how the fuck do you just find this? It's probably from you.
Oh, there was a lot of Star Wars shit from Ed. Like a lot of Star Wars shit I got from Ed. Some of the posters that I got, I don't know why he gave them to me, but I got them.
And I know we've talked about this before. So with that, I was buying complete collections. Like I was the Star Wars fan, even when it wasn't cool to be a Star Wars fan anymore. So everybody knew I was the Star Wars guy, and people would come to me and say, hey, you know, I've got all this crap in my basement or attic, and I don't know what to do with it. Do you want to buy it? Absolutely. So I would buy entire collections and had so much stuff. And that was when I had my Star Wars epiphany, standing in line at a convention as all the other geeks there just kind of measuring each other up, going, oh, I've got 15 boxes in the basement. I've got 30 in the attic. And I'm like, why the hell do I buy this shit if I'm just going to store it? So I started cleaning house. Sean and I are friends, and I knew he was a Star Wars guy, so I just packed up a bunch of shit, showed up at his house and go, you want any of this?
Listen,
here you go.
The day I met Ed was the day, man, we fell for friends. Like, are we best friends? Yes. Man, since then, dog, it was just been appreciate.
Did you feel
man.
it a little? I felt him. He was about to say we fell in love. It was happening. It was right there.
I thought he was going to say that that's the day we kissed.
It got close. It was about right there, but I had to recorrect myself.
He's like, I opened this box up and I kissed the man on the lips. I love you that much. I looked at this box.
There are some things that I can't say I've never done anymore.
I took his bald head and I just planted one.
The two posters that I have from Ed, man, are Chef's Kiss, man. Like for real shit. Like, yo, those really dope posters.
That's the sad part. I don't even remember what the hell I gave you.
Good. Don't remember it either.
No idea.
Good.
No idea.
That's hilarious.
The curated one signed by George Lucas himself.
Nah, he ain't give me nothing signed though. I was waiting for it. I was like, oh yeah, just give it to me.
He's like, I'm waiting for that binder.
Well, it won't do you any good because every one of them says to Ed.
I don't give a shit.
He'll just change it to a Sean, yeah.
Shed.
You shed. You shed.
All right, man. Keep it going,
So,
man. I'm sorry. We got sidetracked.
Oh, Sean, I'm sorry. You can only play with Barbies.
Nah.
I'm glad he stole those Ninja Turtles, though, because that was my second jam. Matches and went right to Ninja Turtles.
All right, what else we got?
So this is where, you know, I don't know. I can go back and forth. Boba Fett was an amazing character because he was the man of mystery. We had no idea who he was. Just super cool look to him. Then they put him in Return of the Jedi, and he goes out like a punk.
Okay. So they had to redeem him.
Yeah, they had to
but this isn't a redemption. You know, the problem with it, giving people origin stories is you're never gonna get everybody with them. Yeah. I think that it's not bad. Like as far as origin stories go, that he's this unaltered clone of this crazy, Jango Fett bounty hunter Mandalorian guy. Like, I think that's all right. I just don't know if it was played out well enough. I mean, also there's a whole bunch of stuff animated wise that I haven't seen, so I don't know how much little Boba Fett gets animated,
So
and how much of that story gets fleshed out.
So no, it's fleshed. It's pretty fleshed out. They did a really good job of during the Clone Wars episodes with Boba Fett. His whole mindset was revenge on Mace Windu for killing his father, which was cool. He was trained by Aurra Singh, which is Orsing is the bald head chick, you know, the white, all white character with the little ponytail thing. He was trained by her, and there were many episodes where he would try to get his revenge. He gotten close a couple times, but he just couldn't follow through with it. And he tried to, you know, kill Mace Windu, and a couple times again he got pretty close, but it wasn't close enough. And I think overall his arc was all just revenge. And then in the later arc, he got older, and I think he wasn't on that mission to kill Mace Windu anymore. I think it was just now that they were just telling another story for him.
Well, Mace Windu was probably dead at that point if he was older. He don't last that much longer.
Yeah.
Mason.
Oh shit.
You know, thinking about this, because we're talking about how Boba went out like a punk. A lot of the characters in Star Wars kind of went out like punks. Like, they didn't have a lot of good endings. Like, you know, Yoda gets beat, goes out, runs away. Mace Windu gets blasted out of a window. Don't see anything. You know, like
Qui-Gon gets poked in the belly.
Yeah, and everybody else survives, but he doesn't from a belly poke. I'd say maybe Darth Maul went out pretty cool. You know, got cut in half. That was a worthy ending. You know,
Wasn't the end.
Well, right, but
No.
Obi-Wan, when he goes out, he just turns into a pile of laundry. There's not a lot of really awesome deaths. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Vader, like, he like throws the Emperor down a hole so you don't get disease. And then like he just dies of like, I'm old and hurt.
Yeah. My suit can't give me oxygen anymore.
Nobody
So I'm
really
just
get
gonna
like
fade
a
away.
really awesome death.
Luke fades out too.
Yeah, Luke turns into laundry too on a windy day.
Han Solo had a good death.
Really? Because he's killed by his son in a punk ass way too.
I mean, but he kind of went out
like
a Jedi.
He wasn't a Jedi. And how did like whatever they did with Leia was.
Yeah.
I know they're. I get it. Though you could have taken that Mary Poppins shit out. You could have gotten rid of that. Like,
yes, please.
There were really no good deaths, but I mean, I would say Maul was probably a good death. But then, was it a good death, or was it?
Who else? Well, I mean, there was some good deaths, and you know what? Crazy as it is, there was some good deaths in Acolyte. There was some good fucking deaths in Acolyte, bro. As much as we shit on that show, when old boy had the lightsaber and pulled both of those Jedis onto it, remember?
Yeah.
That was good.
It's why I was giving Acolyte.
What about when they prison shanked
like, you know what?
X-23?
Yeah,
got her with the little one.
Boom, boom. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was tough.
Yeah,
that shit was tough.
Acolyte, bad on most, but really good on killing Jedi.
We just need to make a super. We just need to make a super cut of that, right? Like, and then
all the deaths. Oh yeah, great.
Yeah.
Like whoever was the fight choreographer in that, they need a promotion. Filoni, pick that dude up. They need more work. I want to see more of that.
Yeah, I don't remember any. I mean, okay, so Jango Fett, good death, right? Mace Windu decapitating him.
No, that's good.
Yeah. Well, that death led to Boba Fett's.
Well, of course, but I'm just saying if there's just good deaths. I think Dooku's death was good, you know, because again, it was an Anakin, you know, again another decapitation kind of thing, and taking him out that way.
Yeah.
But like a lot of the other, I mean, all those younglings got punked by Anakin. I mean, geez, like terrible.
The millions upon millions on 2 Death Stars.
Yeah, but you know,
those are off-screen deaths.
Yeah,
those don't count.
I mean,
unless you're watching Terrifier, then they're welcomed. Because
you need a break. You need a break.
Did the younglings death? Did that mean anything? Because that was dark. That was really dark.
Yeah, but you didn't see it. You know, at least show me some body parts like if they do in Terrifier 3.
Body parts? You want a bunch of lopped off kids' hands and feet? You fucking sicko.
You gotta see if he did it or not. You know?
True, it is. There is no blood. It cauterizes the wound immediately. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Then
All
of
right.
course,
I don't know. I don't think I need that. I don't even need that on like a hologram replay where you just see like shaky fucking Anakin taking out a bunch of little blurry dots. Like I don't even need that. I'm good. I saw that little kid tremble. It's faded to black. I'm like, it's a dark man.
Oh yeah.
What else you got, Ed?
Well, one of the other big things that we've discussed before.
Just a little bit.
Exactly.
That-
Just need a little bit of death, a little body part here and there.
I think elevated Boba Fett to a whole nother level early on was that.
The rocket fire, yeah.
Yes.
I agree.
That
agree.
pushed it to a whole new level. Because again, this being a mail away figure that you're like, okay, cool, I'm going to get a figure that means nothing. But the whole story behind it, the build up, it brought him to a whole new level before he even hit the screen.
You know
Well,
what's
and even
crazy?
after, right? Because like then the stories come out afterwards because it's not rocket firing. You think it's going to be rocket firing, and then you find out that there's these holy grails out there in the wild, and it makes the collectors and the fans go nuts.
You know what's crazy is I still have this fucking rocket firing one right here that I just want to open up so badly. I've been wanting to open this thing up forever, and it's not
That's
really.
not an original, right? That's
it's the
re-
Kenner.
no.
It's
The re-release.
Yeah.
Although, go back to that picture real quick because I want to see something because it's seemingly go back to that picture. Ed. I guess it is kind of the same model of it. It's
Well,
not
there's
the
two
same-
different variations to it. There's like an L bracket
Yeah,
and a
the L
J
and the
bracket.
J.
Sean, the only thing stopping you from opening that is you not opening it. That's it.
You know what? This is what we're gonna do today.
All I do, I open
Oh.
all of that shit.
This is
Live
what
on
we're
the
gonna
show?
do.
No,
We're gonna do this.
You can't.
We're
You
doing
can't,
this
Sean. You
live
can't.
on the show.
Look,
We're
well,
opening
shut up,
this
you
thing up.
reseller.
Can't.
Yo, hit me. Yo, give me
What
the,
angel?
give him the
What
screen.
angel
Full screen,
demon?
full screen.
Full screen that.
give me full screen on this, man. I'm opening this thing up, man. Fuck it. I'm tired of
You
this.
gotta-
Fuck it,
Oh,
let's go.
yeah.
You gotta.
Give me full
Yeah,
screen.
we're doing
Here we
this.
go. Unboxing, man. The first unboxing, I would never do this, but I'm gonna do it. You know what? I did it.
Oh my god!
How
Oh,
did that feel?
yes.
I just looked
It's
that up
so-
online. That's selling for like $300.
It is.
Who
I
gives
don't-
a shit?
I'm not selling
It's
this
not.
shit anyway, dog. It's
Yeah, you've sold all your Black Series. You'll eventually sell everything else again.
yeah. I'm okay with this though, like because I already have one. It's not like I don't have it, but it's just very interesting because I was always curious to see how this damn thing looked. I'll see. Look at the back of it though. It doesn't have a. What you call it? Look at that.
Oh, it doesn't have the
Because
slot.
It's not really rocket firing.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yes.
sure that thing pushes and shoots out, right? It's probably just
Now I do have a rocket fired version that actually is a third party. Well, actually, I should get that one too. This one not as good as I thought it was going to. I thought it was actually going to be a little bit better on the back. But
It's so anticlimactic.
it's so yeah. But hold on, I got
I'm
this
just-
one too.
How
I'm
does it
just like-
smell? How
I'm
does
just-
that new plastic smell?
Taking
How
it
does
off
that
so-
ripped cardboard feel? He popped that shell off pretty evenly though. I'm usually make a mess of it. Just like
It came right off. It actually came off pretty clean too. So if I really wanted to be, but I
Yeah,
kind of
glue
like
it
this
back.
though. I don't care. I care less. So this is the one that I have that was actually a third party one, was done by Pro Customs. He did one that was more of the Kit Bash one. That was more of the Kit Bash version of it. And this was a really cool piece because this thing cost me like $100 to be honest when I first got it. So
and that
you
one
know,
shoots.
yeah, this one shoots out. I don't want to shoot it. So this was actually original. I love this one. This one was great. So yeah. So that was just, I mean, those are my Boba Fetts that I have. So
Get that glue. Get that glue. Glue that shit back on.
That is not gonna sell. That's not gonna be the thing that Sean can retire on. Is that Kenner fan?
No, not
That
at all.
re-release.
Yeah.
When did that
It's
come
a-
out? Like 2021?
Yeah, it ain't going for what? It's going for like what, $100 maybe at best. I don't
Nah,
care.
I think way less than that.
Yeah, I got shit that would cost more than that, so I'm good. I'm fine. That was fun though. A little was like, no, don't do it. I was like, you know what? Rip this bitch open. Ed was like, yeah. So
I saw a crack. I saw a crack in the foundation, and I was like, I'm gonna put a little
lick
wedge in
and
it
stick the
see what
bubble
it
back
does.
on. Man, it was fun.
Actually, that is going for about $100.
I told you it was going for $100. Good content though. It was fun. I didn't give a shit.
Let me see the back of that card. Let's see if it's the right vintage one that I'm looking at. Yep, $100. Just waste for what? Nothing. $100.
I had fun.
Loose collector.
It was worth it to me.
Yeah, Steve was educating me on. He's like, do it.
Yeah.
Exactly. We were playing the good
cop,
angel
bad
and the
cop.
devil and the
Oh, definitely the devil on the shoulder.
on the shoulder. Yeah.
Bet it.
No, Sean.
Listen, I'm good. No, now everybody want to get me now.
Error card version, $1,999. I just made that.
So this show came out just before they went into the new Boba Fett series.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts?
What? The Mandalorian or the Boba Fett?
No, Boba Fett.
On
Book
the
of,
Book of
the
Boba
Book
Fett.
of Boba.
I liked all the Boba Fett, Black Kirsantan, and especially all of the Tusken Sand Raider stuff. But and I'm a Power Ranger fan, but as soon as those fucking Power Rangers showed up, I was out. I hated those guys on their little bikes.
We are talking Boba Fett, Mando. You missed
Didn't like the guys on the bikes, but I like Timothy Olyphant. I thought he was cool.
Oh, he's awesome.
He was great.
I think everything about Book of Boba Fett was really good.
Boba Fett came flying in in the finale of that, riding a Rancor. That was fucking boss shit.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I think I want to go back and rewatch it.
I do. So do I, Ed. So do I.
The train heist.
Here's the thing.
The Tusken Raider train heist was one of the best episodes of anything ever. That was so good. So good.
I don't understand. Like, there's a lot of people hated the show. I don't understand. The only thing was the Power Ranger kids. Everything else, they had
that. Well, he never put his helmet on. Like, put the fucking helmet on. God damn, please put the helmet on. Like, he never put the helmet on. That irritated me a little bit. Yeah, also, I think one of the things that got us about the show was that in the middle of the season, they had a whole Mandalorian and Grogu episode, and it brought them back together before, like, in season 2 of Mandalorian, they split up. And then they're back together before season 3 even starts because of some random episode in Book of Boba Fett. And it's like, I wanted more of Luke and Grogu. Not a 10-minute side scene, but I think that kind of soured the flavor of the show a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, I agree with Mando here. He wasn't as badass as he was in that Mando season 2.
Oh no, yeah. I agree. With
I think that's the disconnect here on the series. Like, I think there are some really good scenes. I think Steve, you're right. Everything with the Tusken Raiders, everything with him coming out of the Sarlacc pit, fucking great. But everything in the now, like the post Mando episode, it kind of was weak. Him trying to get be the leader of the gang, all that kind of stuff. Like, I didn't like any of that stuff, even though they had pieces that were okay. It just wasn't as great and wasn't as strong. I think all the stuff, Tusken Raiders, all that stuff, fan-freaking-tastic.
Yeah. But and really good finale. Very good finale.
Yeah. See, agree. Like, that again, the back and forth is what made it uneven. And I completely agree with that's.
What do you mean, the Tusken Raider part, like, or just like the overall?
Yeah, like, well, because he kept going, like, and he kept telling his backstory. He was in the back to tank backstory. I know, I get the title, but I'm just saying, like, this probably would have been better telling it in sequence.
Yeah, because all that Tusken Raider shit happened before his Mandalorian season 2 appearance. So, getting that.
So what did we originally, when we reviewed that, did we give it a hero? I can't even remember what we gave it though. Did we like it overall or did we not like it? I can't even remember. I probably liked it.
I have to go back. I don't.
No, I think
I remember liking it more than I did.
I think we liked it, but I don't think we gave it heroes. I think we were talking about high sidekicks on it. I really do.
Yeah, I think so because it was those damn Power Ranger kids that messed us up for us.
They were bad. They were so bad.
Yeah.
They didn't belong. They especially didn't belong in that area. Like everything is covered in dirt and dust and grime, and everything's like sepia tone. And then they show up in like bright pink and green and like hair gel, and you're like, "What the fuck is going?
Yeah,
What is
things
this?"
fell out of place. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you say? Bats and bats were as annoying as breakfast cereal in Andor.
I didn't even think about
They're all eating cereal.
in Andor. I didn't even think about that shit, dog. I think I
they
was
didn't.
not paying attention.
I never
Why
even.
did, like,
I
a
didn't realize till he
bantha?
just said it. They ate a lot of cereal in that show.
Cyril did.
I mean, that's what. I mean, I don't know. I don't really see. Whenever they do show food in Star Wars, it's always,
Blue
like
and
this
blue
weird
milk.
random thing.
Mush.
But food's never like a thing in Star Wars.
And
Like, you don't
that's
have a
the
Star
vibe.
Wars cooking.
I mean,
show.
he was eating fucking Captain Crunch, right? I mean, I can remember it.
Yeah.
There was crunch berries and shit. No, I'm sure.
Like,
Could
that's
you
the reason
imagine
I
that?
was
He
fully-
pulls out a box of Cocoa Puffs. It's like, let's try this shit.
It says
That was
Cocoa Puffs, but it's not like a toucan. It's like a weird,
Like
random
Rancor
fucking like a.
Rancor puffs and brown shit. Like, oh, that's crazy. Go ahead, Ed. I'm sorry. We get sidetracked.
Oh,
But-
but that's the best part because
Yeah.
we're gonna get some food in Skeleton Crew. We've already seen it.
oh,
True.
come on, they're kids. We expect to get cereal out of that. Like I would expect.
No, I think
So
they're eating something else.
So this is one of our first shots of Boba Fett in the movies, and one of our first shots of the nanny robot from Mandalorian season 1.
Well, this one's IG-88.
That's IG-88.
we know, but still.
Yeah.
Dengar. Yeah, that's another thing about the Star Wars. We never really got these characters in action. And I wish we would have kind of
Well, yeah, because if Bosk even moves, his whole suit's gonna fall apart. Like, he looks like he's held together with fucking scotch tape and dreams.
yeah, his arm is like this. Like, straight, like, yeah, I'm gonna hold my gun like that. And
Like, what is he even shooting that gun with? Look at his right hand. He's got like, is he shooting it with his thumb? Like, what do we got going on here?
I mean, come on though, but let's be honest though. Dengar looked great though, right?
Listen, I played as Bosk in Battlefield. It was fantastic. All right, the man can move. It's just not a good shot here.
Yeah, Dengar had a whole bunch of shit, didn't he? Didn't he have like he had like bombs and shit like that? I can't remember what it was, Steve. We had to go back and play that again.
Yeah. So
Steve, you stop talking, Steve.
No, I had to sneeze, so I muted. But thumb trigger shooter, exactly.
Yeah.
Pew, pew, pew.
So this scene and Boba Fett in general starts the whole bounty hunter obsession.
Mhm.
So that being the case, who's your favorite bounty hunter?
Werewolf
Are
dude. Where's
you
the werewolf
taking-
dude? He's not on that picture.
I would have to. I mean, I'd have to probably say like true to life bounty hunter that doesn't have a fucking arc. That his arc has never changed. To me, fucking Cad Bane.
Yeah, Cad Bane.
Cad Bane's arc has never changed. He's just kept that same fucking tone, that same I'm a bad guy. Like that motherfucker's a real bad.
Yeah, we also got him in live action in the Book of Boba Fett, which was awesome. So,
Absolutely. Yeah. I love Cad Bane.
Yeah, the problem with Boba is like they changed it up a little. Like they kind of gave him like that anti-hero or anti-villain kind of thing, to whereas it's like Cad Bane just stays true to his shit. And like I think that
Well,
was
And I think, at least for me, the reason Cad Bane is my favorite is, again, there's still mystery there. They didn't uncover everything and give me all the backstory and all of the other stuff. I mean, that's part of what makes it. He still has that mysterious stranger cowboy.
yeah. Damn.
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
That's a hard pill to swallow there, Travis. Ouch.
So,
Yeah, I mean, Boba Fett probably is number one, but Cad Bane is dead. They're both up there, though. They're both up there. I still love Boba Fett. Boba Fett's his costume, everything around Boba Fett is just
Boba Fett is the bounty hunter. Without him, there is no other.
Well, right. Like,
He's the
yeah,
gold
you
standard.
have to remove him from the equation because everybody's
Yeah.
gonna say Boba Fett, right?
So who
Like,
would
that's
be
what I
the
was
last?
thinking. I was like, yeah, like
Who's
two?
Boba Fett's first mate? You know,
I'm gonna
And
jump
that's
on
the reason
Caesar.
why Mando, the Mandalorian, became so popular, because it went back to the origins of what made Boba Fett cool.
Mhm.
Mhm. Now, there's a great storyline in the new comics, War of the Bounty Hunters, where Boba Fett, the Han Solo and Carbonite starts to like malfunction or something, and then like Boba Fett has to go to like Nar Shad, and he has to become like he comes Jango Fett, but he has like an all black suit and fucking battles motherfucker. Like, yo, this shit is tough, man. So War of the Bounty Hunters from the Marvel line, from the Marvel stories, is a really good. It's actually a really good storyline. I read some of it. I didn't get a chance to read the whole thing, but there's some really good stuff out there with it. So I mean, if you get a chance to read some Boba Fett stuff or some Star Wars stuff, the Marvel stuff isn't bad. So there's really some good stories out there. But during this time, Boba Fett actually loses Han and Carbonite to somebody else. I can't remember, but he ends up retrieving it back because Vader actually ends up getting the Carbonite, and then, and he gets it back from Vader. And then I guess all of a sudden he gets it all back, and he delivers it to to Jabba. During that, Jabba thought that Boba Fett stole Han's and Carbonite, so they put a bounty on him as well. So the storyline is really good, man. If you really go back and kind of take a read at it, it actually is pretty cool.
Is that newer stuff or is that the older?
That's the new stuff.
I want
Okay,
that could be
because
one of those shorts, like a funny thing happened on the way to Jabba's palace.
Yeah, no, it's that's what it is. It's kind of crazy.
Because that happened in the like before it was canon, and I think it was IG-88 who actually stole him from Boba.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, like, you know, there were again great stuff from Boba Fett. I mean, the McQuarrie early designs to me were fantastic. Like, again,
They always are.
Yeah, like this style of Boba Fett was like, you know, again, beautiful. Like, to me, second to none. Like, it really is a great design. You know, I would actually love to have the alternate head to this one, to be honest, because they had a Boba Fett head. But all McQuarrie stuff to me, his original stuff is always great. You know, even the original Kenner toys, the die-cast ones, were actually made white. That were kind of made off of McQuarrie's first design. And if you go back and look at it, so here's the original Kenner die-cast one. It was all white. It wasn't green or anything. So it was more modeled off of the McQuarrie design, which is cool. Like, I mean, that's really great to have that. And yeah.
Now,
Again,
that is one of the things the prequels did well.
Yeah,
was Slave One of the prequels is awesome with the sonic
the sound.
Oh, fuck. It's so good.
It's really
yes.
Yeah, I mean, right. Star Wars 8. I love the blanket too. They had that. They used that for the prototype. Actually, in the sideshow, which I had years ago, I got rid of it. The sideshow one had 2 exclusives, and it came with the blanket version on the sideshow version. I think actually Star Wars, he might have that one too. But yeah, man. Just again, like you said, Slave One was really great in that. So that was tough.
Yeah.
Anything else? Any final things for? Oh, I want to actually show Star Wars 77. He actually showed me he on Facebook. He actually has a lot of signatures. He does a lot of signatures. I'm actually gonna have him on the show coming up soon. But he got a lot of signatures on his artwork, Ed, that he had got done, and that's his framing around it, and like with that finish has that green, yellow, and red, which is really cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, really cool. Really cool. Really great
Joe
job.
Johnson.
Yeah.
That's a cool picture too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it really is cool.
The Han and Carbonite, the reflection.
Yeah. But,
very nice.
But yeah, I mean,
so where's Boba Fett currently at in the Star Wars canon? He's like just hanging out. He's in control of like that Power Ranger gang and Black Chrysanthemum, I guess, is like hanging out with him.
I bet you he ends up being in the either in that Grogu movie, the Mando and Grogu, or whatever the final kind of.
I hope he does show up again. Yeah, I hope he shows up again because I mean I think it's wasted not to hear the rest of the story. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to see it in a comic book. I want to actually see it tomorrow morning to put it back on again.
Yeah.
Now, are we going to have him do the voice and somebody else wear the suit like we do for the Mandalorian? So they keep the helmet on?
Yes, 100%. And most of it, with the bigger budget, could be CGI. That'll look great. They're flying around doing cool shit.
Yeah.
You don't need him. Robert Downey Jr. was not walking around in an Iron Man suit. You know what I'm saying?
So, he did some of it. But
he wore red pajamas and a little thing on his shoulders.
So in Star Wars, where in y'all's perspective, where does Boba Fett rank in characters?
That's hard, man. Like,
right? Well, I mean, you got to think about the main.
He's one of the most
for all-time popular. Yeah. Like, it's Vader 1,
he's top 5,
Yoda 2.
You think Yoda's 2?
I would put. Huh?
For you, is that your list? Because that's
that's what I'm thinking all the time.
Merch popularity,
sales and merch popularity. Like you see those two characters, Vader and Yoda, on everything, right?
Yeah.
And then I would probably go. Probably Boba Fett might be 3. He might be ahead of Luke, popularity wise.
Yeah, Luke, Han Solo, and Princess Leia are all kind of even.
Yeah, and I would say Han is probably ahead of them. Han Solo popularity.
Chewbacca's got a lot.
Chewbacca.
Yeah.
R2.
Wow. I never really looked at the ranking of how Darth Vader's always number 1. I would assume Vader.
Yeah, he's on everything, right? Like you look at Darth Vader, you see Star Wars. You look at Yoda, you see Star Wars. Like anything that has that emblem, that Star Wars logo on it, more than likely 90% of the time is going to have the 2 of them on it.
The little Star Wars flash you get before the shows on Disney Plus, the first
Vader.
image is Vader.
Does R2-D2?
Oh yeah,
in that list,
he's up there.
I think he's up there. Yeah,
yeah.
Him and C-3PO together. Yeah.
We might have to actually make a top 10 list of whoever our favorite Star Wars characters.
Well, that's it. That's the list. Right? We just did it.
Yeah, but it's not like you didn't.
Why are you making us do more work, Sean? Huh? Why are you making us do more work? We already did it. Done. The assignment's over.
I'm sorry. My bad. I apologize. I'm not going to make you do the job. And me and you'll do it. Look.
I love that he just tells Ed we're going to do it.
Yeah,
Lando. Lando's got...
I don't think
Lando's ahead of these guys.
Well, I mean, if you're talking opinions, if you're talking about like who's your favorite, then everybody's entitled to their own, and especially after you get.
I'm just talking about overall popularity. Like if you go pick up a Star Wars book in the library, right? Like 90% of the time it's gonna be those 2 guys.
I'm gonna Google Star Wars, and we're gonna see what the first image is that pops up. We'll just see.
Logo or George Lucas.
It'll be Rey.
Let's see images.
Shut up. You think so?
First image, holy shit! on the first image is of Rey fighting Kylo Ren.
Is it really?
When I googled it is. Maybe it's my algorithm. I don't know, but it shouldn't be. But yeah, that's the first one.
Oh, that's crazy. Let's see Star Wars.
You do it.
Yeah, I did. Fuck, it's Rey.
So I guess right.
I guess Rey is fucking up there in the top 5. Then.
Rey is the first, but that was like if you go to like news or something, like it's like here, I'll show you real quick. Like if you type in Google real quick and you just say Star Wars, like if you go to images,
that's different. What I did.
Yeah, see if you go to images, it's different.
Star Wars? That's the wrong thing.
I went to images, and the first one is from the original movie, A New Hope. It's almost like one of the posters. Yeah, there you go. That's what mine is right there.
Yeah. Then Vader.
Yeah, but Skeleton Crew's like the 4th thing, right? Like that.
Well, because it's so new.
Right.
Yeah, interesting though.
But if you look at that banner below, right? Like go to that, it was 3 or 4 rows down. Couple, keep going down. That one right there to
the left.
Yeah.
Oh, there's your list. You got your old and your new. Good guys and bad guys.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren. Captain Phasma. Oh, what a waste.
What a waste of shit.
What a waste.
That was
Remember
great.
how fucking juiced we were about Captain Phasma? We were like, oh my God, something tight. And Sean, we were in love. We were deep in Game of Thrones right then. So Brienne of Tarth, I was like, yo, let's go.
It was deep, Steve. It was deep.
And then she got put in the garbage.
Yeah, Vader. I was like Vader, Obi-Wan. Really? Not Obi-Wan, really?
Now, what about her version from Ahsoka? Enoch. The one with the golden face.
That was dope. It was a dope helmet.
Wait to see what comes about from him.
I mean, yeah.
Is he going to go out like a punk?
I would hope they learn their
They all do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, we appreciate everybody comment. We appreciate everybody jumping on tonight, man.
Yeah, man. Travis, thank you. You've been chatting it up, buddy.
Travis, you are.
Travis telling a whole story here about Boba and Ahsoka saving Mace. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be tough.
Boba's not saving Mace.
But what if they had to? Like, what if it was like Boba, in order to live, like he was gonna kill him after they get out of this pickle, but like in order for Boba to live, like Mace Windu and him had to work together, and then you have that like
I'm going down in flames with him. You took my dad's head off like that? I don't care. We're going out together.
I mean,
it was war. There was an actual war. They were in two opposing armies of an actual war.
And remember, we don't get the good version in the movie. The good version is when Mace Windu goes up on him, he takes off limbs and just chops him into pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, he was being a punk bitch trying to shoot him.
Well, listen, we thank everybody for coming out. Again, this is one of our new segments. I think actually worked really well. We did a good job with this one. So this will be a thing going forward.
I love that you're patting yourself on the back. We did a great job tonight on this show.
God,
like,
man, y'all can't get
I want everybody out there to tell us that we did a fantastic job.
I think you guys did a good. I think we did. We put down everything we could. Oh man, I'm leaving the show.
Don't you leave the show. This is your show, don't you?
You guys have done a fantastic job. Me especially. Amazing. I was amazing tonight.
He's never gonna come back. That's good stuff.
Thank you, Rangy Mando.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for commenting, man. Definitely appreciate it, man. Thanks for everybody. For
Next week, character deep dive on Salacious Crumb.
How far can we go down that road? But yeah, man, definitely a fun show. I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe. Again, tell everybody, man. Definitely, let us know. We're here every Wednesday at 9. Come on. Hopefully, we get some more people from the community on. And that is really it. This is Sean.
This is Lil.
This is Steve.
And this is Ed.
And may the force be with you.
Always.
I don't know how to end the show. I forgot how to end the show.
You gotta hit the end button.
You're doing a great job, Sean. Great job.
You're welcome.
Great
Thank you so much.
It's a trap!